This is the hottest zombie movie of 2021, where the undead have evolved into intelligent predators, building their own empire of death. With a terrifying ruler at the center, a zombie emperor riding a warhorse, anyone infected by him gains monstrous strength, and the world calls this superior breed the Alpha under the emperor's absolute command. Even the giant mutant tiger bows to him, and together they guard their twisted kingdom. But the outbreak itself began 6 months earlier, on a lonely highway, where a military convoy rushed forward, escorting a mysterious container until a distracted driver crashed head-on with an oncoming car, sending the sealed cargo tumbling and snapping open on impact. The soldiers barely had time to react before the creature inside burst out, driven by pure bloodlust, shredding the squad in seconds and turning the bitten into infected hunters, who quickly swarmed toward the glowing lights of P-City, growing into an unstoppable horde that overwhelmed the entire city, transforming every resident into another monster. The government unleashed brutal firepower, but even that failed to contain the spread, forcing the military to build massive walls to cage the zombie nation. Yet inside those walls, a group of mercenaries who valued money over life slipped into P-Town, targeting the underground vault beneath a casino. And now, as the crisis escalates, the president authorizes a nuclear strike to wipe the zombies out in one decisive blast, pushing the casino owner to recruit veteran mercenary Scott, promising him $50 million if he retrieves the $200 million locked inside the vault before the bomb drops. Scott, who once escaped P-Town using sheer skill against the undead, finally accepts and assembles his crew, including his crush, Maria the powerhouse, Van der Rohe the mechanical expert, Marianne the live-streaming zombie slayer, Mikey and the master locksmith Dieter, though the casino owner clearly doesn't trust them and secretly sends his own man Martin to keep watch. After everything was ready, the team moved out immediately, and the first thing Scott did was find his daughter Kate, who happened to be volunteering inside P-City, and with her help, the squad slipped through the quarantine zone without any trouble, as Kate connected them to Lily, a guide familiar with the dangerous terrain. And just when Kate was about to leave, she realized her best friend had gone missing after secretly entering P-City the previous night, with no clue whether she was alive or dead. So Kate ignored Scott's warnings and insisted on joining the mission before departure. Lily pulled a skinny man into the group, claiming he would be useful at the right moment. And once the squad opened the city entrance, they stepped into a wasteland filled with corpses, the entire P-City now silent and ruined. Moving carefully, they soon crossed paths with a zombie tiger looming in the distance, but the team managed to hide before it noticed them. And as it walked away, Lily suddenly shot the skinny man, revealing his real purpose. Because now that the zombies had developed intelligence, the squad needed to offer a sacrifice to signal submission for safe passage. And right on cue, several zombies arrived, taking the offering away, allowing the team to advance, unaware that the zombie emperor himself had already noticed their intrusion. The group reached their destination safely, where Scott assigned tasks powering the building's generator, cracking the vault safe, and checking the rooftop helicopter. And once everything was complete, they would all escape with the $200 million. But upon entering the vault, Dieter discovered deadly traps triggered by hidden sensors, requiring bait or certain death. So Van der Rohe immediately headed to the elevator and returned with a captured zombie, using a pig's foot to guide it forward. And as the creature stepped ahead, the traps came alive, piercing it again and again, while it staggered on unfazed until a burst of machine gun fire shredded it, and a final crushing mechanism mashed it to pulp, clearing every obstacle, allowing Dieter to begin work on the legendary uncracked safe known as the Twilight of the Gods. Just then, the team received bad news from headquarters. The nuclear strike had been rescheduled, and they now had only 2 hours left, followed by more bad news when Marianne reached the rooftop and found the helicopter barely functional, though she confidently promised she could repair it before the bomb arrived. Meanwhile, under mounting pressure, Dieter finally succeeded, as the Twilight of the Gods swung open, revealing mountains of cash far beyond what any of them could spend in a lifetime, and the team rushed to pack up every possible stack of money before time ran out. On the other side, the skinny man offered as tribute was dragged into the hotel, where countless zombies had gathered, and with a single roar, the entire horde suddenly backed away because their king had arrived. The zombie emperor listened closely to the strange movement in the queen's abdomen, revealing that the zombie queen was actually pregnant with new life, and moments later, the skinny man was turned into a fresh, undead soldier. Then the queen wandered the streets again until she approached the casino, where Lily immediately spotted her, and Martin seized the queen without hesitation, causing her guards to rush in even as bullets tore into them. The elite alpha zombies barely reacted, but their weaknesses still existed, and Lily quickly landed a headshot, saving Martin, who then angrily hacked off the queen's head. But their violent attack alerted the emperor, who charged in on his warhorse, only to find the queen's lifeless body headless on the floor, and in a rage filled with grief, he carried her back to the hotel, discovering the unborn infant still inside her, which drove the emperor into a furious scream before he mobilized every zombie under his command, unleashing them toward the casino to wipe out every human intruder. Meanwhile, Scott's team remained unaware, and the moment their elevator opened, a swarm of zombies burst out, instantly killing Maria, leaving Scott no time to mourn as he fought back desperately, while an elite zombie showed terrifying agility like it knew martial arts, yet Scott still managed to overpower it as more zombies poured in, forcing Lily to flee with the remaining teammates through a side exit, while Van der Rohe and Dieter stayed behind, and when they turned back for the cash, the elevator burst open and the zombie emperor arrived wearing a steel mask to protect his weak point, shocking both men. Van der Rohe still attempted hand-to-hand combat, but was quickly overwhelmed, and just as the emperor was about to kill him, Dieter sprang out, striking the emperor and shoving Van der Rohe into the vault before slamming it shut, sacrificing himself to save his friend. Meanwhile, Martin, who had escaped through the passage, locked the others inside because the casino owner never cared about the 200 million. His true goal was the Queen's head, which could be used to create an obedient zombie army capable of conquering the world. And now everyone who knew the secret had to die. As Martin ran outside, he noticed the bag felt strangely light and opening. It realized he had been carrying a printer instead of the Queen's head, and before he could react, the zombie tiger appeared behind him, knocking him down effortlessly before ripping him apart piece by piece. At the same time, Scott and the others finally blasted open the passage. But the moment they entered the main hall, a wave of elite zombies ambushed them, and in the chaos, Mikey was knocked to the ground and infected, and to buy his teammates a chance to escape, he pulled every bomb strapped to his body, while Scott and Lily fought their way out and managed to reach the rooftop only to find the zombie emperor had chased them down, forcing Lily to reveal the Queen's severed head, making the emperor hesitate as she ordered Scott to leave first. And as the helicopter lifted off, the Emperor launched a sudden attack, and Lily hurled the Queen's head off the building, enraging him before he killed her to silence the truth. Meanwhile, Scott asked Marianne to turn the helicopter around because Kate had slipped back into the hotel and managed to find her best friend, unaware that the Emperor was returning with his horde. And just as Kate prepared to escape, the previously infected skinny man appeared, but she shot him down before the Emperor arrived, cornering both girls until Scott reached them in time, blasting the Emperor away with an explosive and rushing the two toward the rooftop, where they discovered Marianne had vanished. But in a moment of guilt, she returned, and the three boarded the helicopter right as the Emperor leapt inside with one massive jump, forcing Scott to tackle him, while the military's nuclear missile soared overhead and the blinding flash of the explosion filled the sky. Scott took the chance and shot the Emperor in the head, ending him at last, but the shockwave tore the helicopter apart, sending it crashing to the ground, and when Kate woke, she found Scott barely alive and already bitten, and before he could turn, she tearfully put him down, and as the dust settled, Van der Rohe crawled out of the ruins, the only surviving member carrying bags of cash enough for a lifetime, thinking the nightmare was finally over, until he felt something wrong in his body, revealing a bite hidden on his arm, signaling that a new zombie crisis was about to begin. And that is the end of the story, so make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Up next, things get even crazier. The zombies hit harder, the escapes get tighter, and the twist is even more insane. And trust me, if this story shocked you, the next one will absolutely blow your mind. It is already on the channel, so go check it out right now.